Hello, YouTube. Have you ever wondered what it was like to raise a animal who has special needs? I had to do it when I was younger. When I was a little boy, I had two black labs. Both had epilepsy. And it's hard when you have an animal who's a special needs animal. It's hard on you because you become close, you become family. When you see them sick, you want to do everything. It's like you want to with a child. You want to help them to get better. How many of you have heard of diabetes? Maybe you have diabetes. Have you ever thought of an animal being diabetic? I never really gave it much thought. I know type 2 diabetes means you can, for the most part, live a pretty normal life, but that you can be cautious. I also know type 1 diabetes for a human being, you can get really sick and die. Well, a few years ago, I took upon a cat named Callie, and I didn't know she wasn't diabetic at the time, but because she was not taken care of well enough and she was overfed a lot, she became diabetic. Today I'm going to talk to you about what it's like for me on a day-to-day basis to take care of this animal. I have two cats in my home. One, his name's Curiosity. He's 14 years old. He's a little chubby orange cat. You might even see him in this video because he kind of likes to walk around a lot. And the other one is Callie. You may also see her seeing that she's kind of like my little shadow and likes to go everywhere. Anyway, it's not easy raising a diabetic cat and raising a cat who isn't diabetic. I work early in the mornings, and there are times when I get up at 12:30 in the morning because she's having what I call an episode. See, for Callie, her glucose isn't in the right spot in her body. And when she eats any carbs right now, she can get sick. And when I say sick, I mean she gets confused. She gets anxiety. She poops on herself, a little bit on the floor now and then. Nothing bad where it's stained, but it's something you want to watch for. She gets hyper, and she's searches for food constantly. She is the most wonderful, loving animal I've ever met in my life. When I first met her, she was a mean cat. And she was mean because she wasn't taken care of well. See, when I got her to calm down, and I gave her a few days alone by herself in a room away from me, away from my other cat, I noticed that she had at least 15 silver dollar knots on her hair, all over her body. And as soon as I took care of all of them, she became my best friend. She goes everywhere I go. It's like I should call her my little shadow. She's by me so much. Anyway, when it comes to feeding her, she is so fast that I can't even fill the dish of water for him or her before she's done eating her food, and then she jumps down to eat his food. While she can take insulin to help, I can't afford the insulin. And which is another thing. Her food costs about nearly $60 for 24 cans of wet food. She's at the point in her life where she can't have the dry food as much. Maybe a little bit as like a treat. But that's it. And if she has too much of it, of any carbs, like I said before, she gets kind of hyper. She likes to fight with my older boy cat like any brother and sister do, except she has claws, which makes it a concern for me. She doesn't like to listen, which brothers and sisters don't really like to listen to each other or their, parent, as it would be in my case. It's not easy raising a diabetic animal, especially under the conditions I'm under. But I wouldn't trade her for anything. She's a loving, caring animal. She's fluffy. She's kind. At least to me. But mostly, she's worth taking care of. She's worth the money to take care of her. Someone told me once that I should shoot her because she's diabetic. My response to them was, would you like someone to shoot you just because you have an illness? They said yes. If they didn't have the money to take care of me, I fully expect it. Yeah, no. I have a heart. I'm not gonna hurt someone or something just because of them having disability. I grew up with a disability. And you're going to hear about that in another video of mine eventually. And it's because of me growing up with a disability that I know how to take care of others, animals, as well as people who are disabled. I don't get shocked by the little things that happen. I more am the type that would respond to helping when they're having a sickness problem. So if you don't have an animal who's diabetic, or if you see in the paper that there's a special needs animal that you can get, I highly suggest you do it. For one and only one reason. Just like people who have disabilities, animals also can sense you, and ones who have disabilities, they seem like they're more caring towards you. Kelly has anxiety, diabetes. She is scared a lot. Like I mentioned earlier, she gets sick. She has bathroom issues. But it's those little extra things that you do that show the type of person you are. And by the way you take care of an animal like her, it shows the type of human being you are. So while I know she's sleeping, I'm going to turn the camera right now so you can maybe see her. That was Callie and Curiosity. Hope you liked my video. And remember, if you have the opportunity to take care of an animal who's diabetic or who has a special need problem, they'll give you more love than you'll get from anyone else ever. Have a good rest of the week. Stay safe.